Hello. Happy Friday. Happy Saturday morning to me. I'm so sorry that my link didn't work. So I don't know why. Maybe I just changed hotels. So I think something happened there. I'm just going to uh, share this, figure out if I can. Oh, that's studio. Arg. How do I share from here? That was just sharing. Oh, here, this one. Um, okay. That was really too bad. Don't know why I did that. I think that yeah, new hotel again this morning. It's 8 o'clock this morning, and I switched hotels like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, and I do wish that I had the mobile because I'm excited. I'm gonna go walk by the beach this morning. Oh, hey, Bloom. Um, I just was saying I switched hotels this morning, and I wish I could go mobile because I'm right by the beach, and so I get to go walk by the beach this morning. And as I was driving in, I was like, "Ooh, it looks so pretty." So yeah, I know. We'll get there. We'll get there. Um, but yeah, so happy Friday. I hope that your week has ended up well, and looking forward to the weekend. Um, I today is my free for all, and I've chosen to do another health option and to talk about intermittent fasting. I'm going to restart doing intermittent fasting myself. So today I will do that, my first intermittent fasting. And I thought this is a good thing to talk about. I don't know if everybody knows about it. And it's also some of the things I think are just good reminders for me too. So I thought it's a good topic. Please take a video to share of the beach. I will for sure. And I have to tell you, funny thing was, so yesterday I did health and I talked about Tai Chi. And when I went to visit the school yesterday, I did a tour. Amazing, by the way. This school, so phenomenal. It's an immersion English program. Incredible place. So much energy, positive energy there. I was like buzzing after I left. But right outside of the school was a stage, and there were aunties doing Tai Chi on the stage. So I did take a video of that. I just didn't have time to post it. So that was kind of funny. Um, so yeah, so intermittent fasting, if you're new to it, there are different ways that people do it. So the um, two most traditional ways, I think, are either doing 2 consecutive days in a row, like doing like a Saturday, Sunday, or yeah, whatever 2 days that work for you. Or fasting or doing like 2 days that are separated in the week, which is what I'm going to do. So like today is Saturday for me. I will fast today all day, 24 hours. Well, really more like 36 because I started last night while I was sleeping. So theoretically, I could either eat this evening or I could just go for 36 hours and go till tomorrow morning, which is what I'm going to try to do. And then I'll eat normal again for a couple of days and then do another day, maybe Wednesday. So maybe Wednesday and Saturday for me. But if you don't want to do the full like 24 hours or 36 hours, then you can do a 16-hour fast, which is pretty easy, I think, because you can eat within an 8-hour window. So if you just don't eat dinner, let me see if I get that right. Yeah, you could eat if you're a breakfast person, which I am. You could eat your breakfast and your lunch, and then skip dinner, and then just go until breakfast the next morning. That would be 16 hours. If you're not a breakfast person, you could just skip breakfast, which a lot of people do anyway, and just eat between 12 and 8 p.m. And that would still be fasting. It's still giving your body that break from 8 p.m. until 12 p.m., 12 noon the next day. You've done the 16-hour fasting many times. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't done it in a while, and just this morning, I'm kind of feeling that tension about, oh, hey, I'm hungry. Oh, I can't eat. Oh, wait, can I have my coffee? Like I'm feeling the tension. And at the same time, I know because I've done this before that that will pass, that will go away. And I will feel better after doing it. And it's kind of freeing, right? To like, oh, I don't have to worry about what I'm eating today. I don't have to, you know, do that. It's not eating. Um, and yeah, also that it just you do feel that sense of kind of like lightness and euphoria from doing the fast. So you get the benefit, which is the ketosis, which I'll talk about in a second. Um, the other thing that does kind of qualify as intermittent fasting, but it's a little bit different, is doing like low calorie days. So low calorie is defined as 500 to 600 calories per day, and from good things. So from protein and vegetables, that's considered a low calorie day. So even if you do that for 2 days and then eat normally for 5 days, that also can qualify as intermittent fasting and stimulate ketosis. ChatGPT said there's time restricted eating I just noticed in my bullet list here. I'm like, I don't know what that time restricted eating. It says there's a consistent daily window with no calorie focus. I don't know how that relates to ketosis, so I'm not going to talk about that. You've never done 24 or 36 hours? Oh, yeah, you can try it. It's really not that hard. I feel like if you're doing 16, if you've already done 16 already, then doing 24 isn't that hard, especially if you time it around your sleep schedule, like you get hungry at night. Oh, hey, Chili Bean. Just realized this is a separate person. Hello, nice to see you. Yeah, I mean, but sometimes if you get hungry at night, that might be a good reason to kind of skip it. Just because it might change that. Maybe you have some kind of habit, or your body is used to kind of having a craving, you know, and maybe that's a good thing to try to intercept and try to change. If you're hungry, if you haven't eaten enough during the day, then that also might be something. Maybe try to eat a heavier lunch or something. Eat more early than, I don't know. But what I also want to share is what, the process of ketosis, um, because that's really important for brain health, which is good for all of us. And it's one of the benefits of intermittent fasting. So a lot of people do intermittent fasting because it helps lose weight, which it does, or control weight, and bloating and kind of just digestion health, which it does, because it's giving your digestion a break. And our bodies heal themselves. So if we are able to give a break to our digestive system, it can do what it needs to do to feel better and orient itself and clean things out and everything. So that's true. But I also like the fact that it helps our brain, and a lot of people don't know about that process. So I thought I would share about that. So I did a little infographic here. Does anybody know about ketosis? Do you guys know about ketosis and ketones and like all of that? Has anybody heard of it? It's partly why it feels good to do the fasting. So our brains need quick energy. And so that's why sugar generally is the first thing we go to when we're feeling tired or when we need to think, because it gives us that quick energy, because our brain needs that energy that it can access quickly. So part of why ketosis happens is when the body doesn't have food to give it energy and it needs that quick energy, it will convert fat into the energy because it can do that faster. Oh, wait, am I reading that right? It will convert some of the stored fat into ketones. I was just confused because I saw the sentence, but why not stick with using fat for fuel? It is using the fat for fuel, but it's converting it into ketones first, I guess, is the key. And so then the ketones can be broken down really quickly. So I pulled this up because I thought it was written really well, and now I'm reading it, and I'm like, "Wait, that doesn't it's confusing." Um, the interesting thing too about this, I'll just do an aside here, is that the ketones, you can actually buy ketones separately too. So if you are trying to do some fasting and you're not getting the full effect that you want, you can buy these little little tiny jar shots of ketones, and that just like again sparks that fat burning process in your body. So I've used that with some of my clients and taught about that with caregivers who are working with people who have cognitive decline and stuff like that. So let me just scroll down a little bit on this just to see if there's something. I think there's an infographic that might be helpful. How ketones are formed. If anyone's interested in the science here, the glycerol undergoes a process which converts it into sugar, and those are converted into ketone bodies. This is very technical. So this is interesting. It talks about the phases of fasting. So in the first 6 to 24 hours, you're depleting the glycogen. And then if you fast for days, you'll really start to produce the more ketones. Has anyone done a longer fast? Jillian, have you ever done a longer fast? I did a 10-day fast when I was at the Kung Fu Center. And I think the thing that was interesting is I really didn't mind it at all. Like I was hungry for maybe the first day. I know 10 days, it sounds really long, but again, it was really, really easy. It wasn't bad because it was supposed to be, wait, did I do 10 days? Maybe I did. I think I did 10 days. I don't remember, but it was supposed to just be 5 days, I think, originally. And then I just kept going because I was feeling fine and feeling the benefit of it and didn't feel like I needed to stop. But they say fasting is like celibacy. After a while, it doesn't hurt anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, your body just does adjust. And even though I was with other people eating and I could smell coffee and all of those things, and I wasn't like, didn't even feel the need for it. So it was very freeing. Very cool. Yeah. Well, I am going to close this this share because it's not. I'm sorry. I thought that it was a good one, but not really feeling it. Let me just see if I can find another infographic that I like better. Really quick. Infographic. Sorry for my typing. Oh, here, maybe this one. This one looks a little better. It's Pinterest, of course. So the carbohydrate intake is decreased. The body works through its store of glycogen and it shifts its need to use fats as energy. Then it breaks down the fats into ketones. And then the body uses the ketones as the primary fuel, replacing the glucose in many cases and acting as fuel for the brain and the heart. Oh, wait, sorry, I went that backwards. It's supposed to be 4. In this state, the body creates glucose from non-carbohydrate sources and to a small part of bodily processes that require it. And then in 5, the body uses the buildup as ketones as the primary fuel. So yeah, I like that one. That one's better. So yeah, so I'm going to start the intermittent fasting today, although I'm realizing I am meeting people. Some people have invited me to lunch. I just remembered. So maybe I'll have to do it tomorrow. But either today or tomorrow, I will start and then do it twice a week on separated days. And this for me is partly I just feel like my digestion needs a break, needs a realignment. Just all the travel. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Thank you, Bloom. People ask about whether you can drink coffee and that sort of thing. You definitely can have black coffee, black tea, any teas and coffees without cream and sugar in them, no problem. Water for sure, no problem. Um, and in my opinion, and in some circles, you're also allowed to have some cream in your coffee. So you can have like a little bit. You just don't want to take so much that you would stop the ketosis process. So, and again, there's different opinions about where that point is that you would stop the ketosis from happening. But yeah, for me, yeah, lemon and tea is fine. Yeah. hmm and you can also just tell what works for your body. So one of my teachers, who's a doctor, she works mainly with people with dementia. She's amazing. She goes into this in great detail and talks about her own process, and like she's noticed that certain foods will activate ketosis for her, and so she avoids those foods, but other foods that might um Homer Simpson behind me. It is. That's so funny. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I have Homer Simpson, and then I also have this cute little cat, which is a Kleenex dispenser. Yeah, this is my decor in my new hotel here. They're actually these really cool, like, I can't take you out to the beach, but I can show you the hotel room. This cool little like wooden table, by the bed. It's very chic. Homer Simpson. Yeah. Thanks for noticing. Oh. So yeah, so I do put cream in my coffee, and if I also really need it, I might even have like a little piece of fruit or something, or because again, I think you can get up to a few hundred calories and still be okay, especially if it's spread out over the day. I don't worry about that too much, but I feel like my body, I kind of follow the instinct of my body. So yeah. So what do you think? You're gonna give it a try? It really does work, and it does, yeah, it does feel good digestively. It does help you lose weight, and it does help the brain. So good trifecta. That was it. That was it for my morning thought for the day here. Intermittent fasting. You like having some green tea with your lemons. You would love China. It's more lemon than tea. But do you put any sweetener in it? Or are you just doing lemon and tea? Here, they have really good peach tea is my favorite. But they have so many different teas. So people who love teas, like, this is an amazing place because you're at the source and you're getting the variety of teas. So people that know teas, you can tell the difference. Oh, the hot water. Yeah, that was the other thing I did this morning. I was very proud of myself. I haven't had any coffee yet, folks, actually, because what I did was I had my hot water. So hot water is like the main thing you drink in China. I don't know if you know that, Jelly Bean. So when you go to restaurants, when you're out at a park, if you go to a guest at somebody's house, they always offer hot water. They don't do cold water. They don't do ice, and they don't do cold water. It's always warm water. And it's like 55 degrees, I think, is the ideal temperature. And if you're sick, drink hot water. First thing in the morning, hot water. And it's so true. It's like the best thing we can do for our system, because when we wake up, our system is sluggish. It's been dormant overnight. And if we drink cold drink in the morning, we're basically making it harder for our system to wake up. So that's one reason that like hot coffee and hot tea is nice in the morning because it's also giving us it's warming us up. But hot water is the best because it doesn't have any of the other stuff in it. It's also very like detoxifying and helps our body cleanse, do our morning cleanse. And you can do lemon in the hot water, which, it's kind of like tea. You've never had a cup of coffee, Jillian. You've never had a cup of coffee. What? Wow. Here, somebody's never had chocolate. Bloom? You too. Wow, you guys. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever known anyone who's never had a cup of coffee, and then now both of you. My goodness. Oh, I love it. That's amazing. I love coffee. It is so tasty, but it's good that you've never tried it. Don't listen to me. Don't It's horrible. Yuck. Ugh. No, don't try it. That's so funny. Now you guys have met each other. Oh, there was something else somebody said. Oh, it helps digestion and weight loss was your question, Jill. Yeah. Um, it basically, I mean, the main thing is that it's helping digestion, just helping your system work well, especially drinking it in the morning. And then they also say drinking it at night before you go to bed. But it's really for the digestive system, and then it's kind of part of the traditional Chinese medicine. It's believed to be like the most healing drink. So here, like instead of having water bottles like we do, they are hot water bottles, and so everybody has their hot water bottle, thermos basically with hot water in it that they're carrying around. And then, I mean, I think it helps with weight loss as a secondary thing because it's, clearing away toxins and stuff like that. They don't drink it after every meal. They actually don't drink. Well, I don't know if this is a problem of China, actually. It's maybe more of a traditional Chinese medicine thing. You don't drink with your meals. In traditional Chinese medicine or in the Indian health system, in Ayurveda, you don't drink with your meals. You drink like minutes before you eat food, and then you just eat your food. Because you don't want the water. The water is going to kind of go in there and dilute your food, and your body is not going to digest the food as effectively if the water is in there, basically is the idea. You guys are cute. Two weird peas. You're not weird. You're not weird. You're authentic. Well, I'm curious if y'all try it. Please let me know. And if you have any other questions, yeah, let me know too. You can always DM me. But that was it for this one. This is the last one of this week. I'm going to yet another city tomorrow. I've just stopped like unpacking my suitcase at this point. I just don't even bother. I just don't even bother. Like yesterday at 6 p.m., I was talking to my friend and I was like, so, am I staying here until Sunday or Monday? And he kind of looked and he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, what silly question. How would we know? How would we know how long I'm staying here? So, but I did get this cute little top. So because I'm also in the warm city now, this is like the coastal city, and I didn't have warm clothes. I just had cold clothes. And so my jeans are like lined with flannel, right? And I have sweaters, tops, and yeah. So I was like, all right. I thought I was going to be here for a couple more days, which now I'm not, but that's okay. I am going to the beach today. So at least for today, I've got an outfit. Yeah, I know. I love it too. And it's long. It like goes down like, you know, it's like kind of like a painter coat or something. Yeah. And I just like that the pockets, I don't know, it was just won me over. And then I got a cute little pink t-shirt. So yeah, I feel very summery, beachy. Thank you. I love that it's long. Yeah. I'm into that right now. Because I like having a cover, but I don't like it to not have to have a coat, you know? And it has, key thing, it has pockets. In addition to these, it has side pockets. So, yeah, and I will say one of the things, I will show you pictures of the beach. Oh, thank you. You love my glasses too. Um, but one of the things I will say that I need to talk about more is China does such a good job of celebrating nature and integrating nature. Like I have not been to any city in all of my travels that didn't have water and trees and parks, you know, in every neighborhood. And you know, like they build around the trees. They don't take them down. And that's why they have 2,000-year-old trees. And you know, like the beach, it has the beautiful boardwalk next to it, and then they build pedestrian walkways and underpasses and, you know, things like that. Like they just care about people walking because it's a walking culture, and they not only is it a walking culture, but they want people to be healthy and they want people to walk. At least I'm assuming that's their thought process, is that they are building for that. And coming from like North Carolina, I know different cities in America have different levels of walkability, but North Carolina was really not good at it at all. It's very much a car culture. And that was hard for my clients, especially when you start to have cognitive decline or get older for in general. You know, you want to walk more than drive, and families want their loved ones to walk more and not drive. And it's hard if you're in a car culture. It's just really limiting. You get really imprisoned. So Japan does that too, builds around the trees and nature. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though, because that would make sense with the philosophy of Japan. I think they really do have a lot of respect and honor for nature. Pockets are primo, right? Pockets are primo. So is the West Coast. Oh, really? It's built for car culture? I guess that makes sense. You know, it's because we're such a young country. And so we were growing up with cars and we were very excited about them. And so we built, you know, our cities around cars because we thought that's awesome. As you look even to Europe, you know, Europe, because they're older cities, they were built for walking. So they're more circular, villagey, and they've kind of maintained that. So I think I really noticed the difference of it's just harder to find that even in the US. Like if we try to do it, it's like we have to really work hard to like make something walkable. It's like on top of the car culture, we've tried to like recreate the walkability. North Carolina doesn't even have like good bike lanes, you know, like it's not safe to ride a bike. I never took Theo, my son, out bike riding when he was little because I didn't feel like it was safe. And yeah, so it's too bad because it's a beautiful place, you know. You have to drive to get to the walking place. You know, you will drive to a park or to the Duke Forest or something and then walk there. But yeah, I much prefer walking than driving. I'm not a big driver. I like the idea of self-driving cars where you can just get in and not even have to drive if I have to use a car. But if I don't have to use a car at all, that's even better. Everything is miles apart in the West Coast. Oh, that makes sense too. There's the big distance. Yeah. So it's gorgeous, but you have to drive to everything. You want to move to a walkable community when you get older. But the question is, but where, Bloom? That's the thing. Where? Do you have a place in mind? Do you know? Or I guess you've been thinking maybe about Costa Rica, right? Well, we can talk about that later, I guess. That might be a good conversation at some point. Because it's hard to find. You haven't decided which is better or worse, cars with drivers or driverless. Well, from a safety perspective, the driverless cars are much safer. A coastal trailer park or a community that has a walkable store. Trailer park? I don't know. I don't know if I could picture you in a trailer park, Bloom. I feel like you need maybe a walkable places in LA. Oh, you found a walkable place in LA. Cool. Which isn't ideal. Waymo does some weird stuff. The self-driving cruise control. I did that video a few maybe last week or maybe a couple weeks ago. But I haven't been in the full Waymo one where there's no human at all. You just that is a bit harder to. You have a friend in downtown Hollywood, walks a lot of stuff, but also drives a lot too. Cool. There's a walkable area in Henderson, Nevada. Oh. So it sounds like y'all have been looking into this. Around here, they've driven into police crime scenes. Meaning they by accident. They weren't supposed to drive into the crime scene, but they did. Oh, maybe they didn't know that they didn't recognize the markers of the crime scene and they just drove in. Ooh, yeah, that's bad. So where are you, Jilly Vane? You're in LA, I guess. You just said that. So are there a lot of Waymo being used there in LA right now? Because I think I haven't seen I think they're in Shenzhen here, but I haven't seen them. I haven't actually seen a Waymo here yet. Waymo is an American company. What is Waymo? I was thinking it was Chinese, but Waymo cars. Oh yeah, that's Google. That makes sense. Okay. Got it. That makes more sense. So maybe the video that I saw of the Waymo, maybe that was in California and not here. But it's interesting because when I was in the self-driving car with my host, who was in the car in the driver's seat, he was saying that he really liked the Tesla self-driving cars, and he felt like the Tesla cars were even better than the Chinese ones for whatever reason. You haven't been to LA in 10 years. You miss it, but don't miss driving there. Oh, I'm surprised you haven't been back. I'd love to have someone drive me around or walk, of course. I used to stay at the Farmer's Daughter in Hollywood. And that's close enough for you to walk to, Jillian. I love that you two are making these connections. It's so fun. I have no idea where that is, but I will look for it. The Farmer's Daughter. All right, y'all. I've got to go get my coffee because they didn't have it before 8 o'clock, and now it's open. So now I can go get my coffee. You live right across the street from the farmer's market. Jill, sounds like you have a good setup. Sounds like you have a great location. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. That was super fun. Now we can go into our weekend. And Bloom, I'll be there at 10. I'll see you. Thank you. I'm going to go enjoy the beach. I'll bring some videos back right now. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.